Hey, everybody. It is yours truly, Dr. Shamika Dean. Y'all come on in. As you are tuning in, do me a quick favor. So, first of all, I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know who's in the room. I want to know also what area of the world you are tuning in from. Okay, so I want you to let me know in the comment section where you are tuning in from. And if you are a first timer, I just want to welcome you. And if you are a replay watcher, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Who I am, real quickly, I am Dr. Shamika Dean. So I am a marketing solutionist and I help my clients shift from sporadic sales to systematic six figures in their business by creating a marketing and automation plan that helps them to automate 90% of their sales so that they only have to work 10% of the time. I am also the person who brings you truth that is going to transform you. So oftentimes when I do lives or when I, come on here talking to people, I'm always sharing some kind of truth that's going to make you say ouch first, right? But what I believe is that if it hurts, it'll heal. And when it heals, it'll help. And if it triggers you, that means that it has the opportunity to transform you. So again, come on in, and I see Miss Carolyn is here from Lafayette, Louisiana. So welcome, Carolyn. Thank you so much for tuning in. I also see Miss Barbara. I see Tanita. I see Rosie. So I'm kind of having to. What I realized is that StreamYard doesn't always show me the comments on the Facebook page, so I have to pull up my phone, so that I can see those comments as well. Carolyn says, "Say ouch," and pulling our lashes and edges out. Yeah, I am known to extract edges, loosen lace fronts, and lashes. Just so you all know, that's what I do. And so, real quick, what I'm going to be talking about is that all coaches are not created equal. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I've been in this coaching space since 2016, and I've coached people from relationship coaching to purpose coaching to, purpose to profit, and now in this marketing space. One of the commonalities that I have found is that I've had to help a lot of coaches, a lot of clients heal from coaches, who've hurt them. And so let's just be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. There are, again, all coaches are not created equal. Some of them are just out here capping. That I got that from my son. So what capping means is that some of them are not really about the lifestyle that they live. And when I say that, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about how they are not here to really help the people. And everyone is not called to this coaching thing. What I've seen in this industry is that it's lucrative. It's a lucrative industry. You can make a whole lot of money in this industry. And so when it became popular, people jumped on it, but everyone's not called to it. And that's why they end up hurting people in the process. And so what I want to talk about today, is not how to avoid being hurt, but how to hire the person who's really assigned to help you fulfill your destiny. Okay. And so first things first is that hiring the wrong coach can delay what's destined. I want to put that in the comments. Hiring the wrong coach can delay what is destined. Okay. So when I want you to understand that when you hire a coach, it is not just about someone helping you to get money. It's not just about someone, helping you to reach that monumental milestone in your life. When you hire a coach, it's more than strategy. You are giving this person a position of authority in your life. All right. You're giving them a position of authority in your life. And so as you begin to implement the instructions that they give you, it's going to impact the outcome. Now, if the instructions are out of alignment, it will affect your abundance, but it will also affect your destiny, right? It can derail, it can delay your destiny when you begin to implement the instructions that they are giving you. Are y'all still with me? Because this is going to be really good. Okay. So, that's why we have to understand that number one, we cannot be out here just following the funds, okay, following the fluff, following the flattery, following flesh. You have to take heed to the voice of your Father. All right. So again, don't be out here so quick to hire because you're following the funds, you're following the flattery, you're following the flush, you're following the fluff, you're following your flesh. You need to take directions and you need to follow the Father's directions. All right. Now, let me share a quick story with you all before I go into the next part of this content that I'm going to cover today. So I did the same thing. I made a mistake. I don't want to say a mistake. I learned a lesson. I'll say that. So I was following the fluff, the flatteries. I'm following, the glitz and the glamour. I'm following all of those things, the followers and all those things. And I ended up hiring a coach. And so this impacted me spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. It was a very devastating experience, right? And it cost me greatly because I moved on impulse, not instruction. Y'all got that? I moved on impulse, not instruction. See, impulse is the thing that we have to understand, that impulse is a result of fear. And so you will begin to move on fear, and you will make an impulsive decision that will greatly impact your life. It is so much bigger than you simply saying, hey, I want to hire this coach because they're making this money and I want to make this money. No, you are putting this person in a position of authority. And when you give them authority in your life, do not think that it will not greatly impact you. Okay? And so that's what happened to me. And I had to literally go through an entire recovery process because I hired a coach based on impulse, not instruction, because I was, mesmerized by the funds, the fluff, the flattery of their words, and all of those things. And so I had to go through an entire recovery process, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and all of those things, because I did not listen to the instruction. I did what so many others do, is I hired the hype. I hired the hype, right? And did not take the time to hear from God. So now that I've covered that part, I want to cover how do you know, right, when you're hiring the right coach. And so for me, number one, I made a decision to stop. I began to pray, and I refused to hire the hype, and I decided that I was going to hear from God and how I moved and whoever I put in a position of authority in my life. And so with the coach that he had me to hire next, he showed me her name in a vision. Had never heard of her, had never seen her, didn't know who she was from a can of paint. The next week, someone shared a post from this same person, and I was like, this can't be the same person that God showed me. The following week, a friend of mine asked me if I had heard of this person. So after that, I went and I reached out, asked for the program details. Everything aligned with what I had been praying for. But there was also where God exceeded my expectations and what I was asking for. See, when I knew that I was in alignment with getting ready to hire the right coach, I understand that whatever God, he says, above what I can ask or think, he will exceed that. And I'm paraphrasing the scripture, but it's Ephesians 3:20. And so it exceeded everything that I'd even prayed for, but it also aligned with everything that I prayed for. And when she sent me the program details, I didn't hesitate to invest. And it was the largest investment that I'd ever made. It was terrifying to make that kind of investment, but it has been the best investment that I've ever made in my business career history. Okay. So, first things first, when it comes to you hiring the right coach, you cannot hire the hype. I don't care how good it sounds, how good it looks on paper. You have to hire because you heard from God. Because sometimes the person that he tells you to hire may not have all of the followers. Okay. They may not be huge on social media. Sometimes it could be somebody that you've never heard of and that most people know nothing about. But when you hear from him and you hire according to what he has said, he will not only give you what you are looking for, but he will exceed your expectations. Okay. And again, it aligned, not just the results, but it was spiritually aligned, right? It was, I'm trying to think of the right word here to say. It also aligned with my core values and what I stood for, what I believed in. So those things aligned as well. All right. Now, some other things that you need to consider. So number one, I said, don't hire the hype. Number two, don't follow the funds, right? Don't follow the fluff. Now, I'm not saying not to hire anybody who has those things. What I'm saying is that should not be what helps you to make your final decision, in who you need to hire. That's what I'm saying. All right. The other thing is that don't move on impulse, move on instruction. Because a lot of you all are moving out of fear. You're just moving because you're afraid that, you're going to be stuck in the same place next year. And those things are absolutely true, because if you don't make an investment, you will find yourself stuck in the same place that you are next year. But fear should not be the thing that fuels you to make that decision, is what I'm saying. So don't move on impulse, move on instruction. Don't hire the hype, hire because you heard from God. All right. So that's the next thing. And I'm going to put them on the screen as well so that you all can see them. All right. Now I'm going to also share with some things about the right coach and how you'll know that it is the right coach. Okay. If y'all are ready, type ready in the comments and I'm going to get started. I need y'all to keep sharing, because I don't see y'all sharing. I don't see enough shares on these videos. And there are so many more people who need to watch this, because someone is in a place right now where they need to make a decision that is going to impact their destiny. And we want as many people on this broadcast as possible so that we can make sure that they are making the right decision. Okay. So if you haven't done that, share. When you have shared, type shared so that I'll know, and then we'll move forward to the next portion of the content. Hey, Marissa Q Payne. All right. So here's the thing. And I want y'all to really hear what I'm saying, right? When I get ready to say this. The right coach is not going to make you comfortable. The right coach will not make you comfortable. So I know that may sound counterintuitive. It may seem a little crazy. It may seem like it opposes exactly what I'm teaching you, but let me share with you why. The right coach will not make you comfortable, because your comfort zone is what has crippled you thus far. Okay. They will not make you comfortable. So when you're seeking to identify the right coach, I want you to know that you should not be seeking for somebody who's going to make you comfortable, or seeking for someone who is going to pacify you in that place where you are comfortable. The right coach is going to challenge you. They're going to serve as a catalyst to pull you out of your comfort zone so that you can do what you are called to do. Okay? So they're not going to make you comfortable. All right? The right coach Y'all, did y'all catch that? Because I want to make sure y'all get it, because I don't want to go too fast. All right. Yes, they're going to challenge you. They will not make you comfortable. So this right here, and I use this word carefully because I want you to understand. The right coach will trigger you before they transform you. Now, when I say trigger, I don't mean trigger as in trigger doesn't have to be negative. Okay. I think that when we see the word trigger, it can often be used in a negative connotation and kind of cause people to put their guards up. But when I say trigger you, I mean it triggers you in a way that it is going to reveal a truth about you, right? So I always say that if it triggers you, it's telling you a truth about you. So when they say something, it causes an alarm to go off inside of you. And it connects with you in a way that you know that this is something that you have been praying for, and that this person has been able to alarm you, but they have something that can also help to transform you. That's why the trigger happens, because it alerts, it begins to build a connection. It opens up and it enlightens you in a way. All right. So they would trigger, it would often trigger you first before it transform you. And sometimes it will tick you completely off. Why? Because they're going to begin to challenge those belief systems. And y'all know my quote is that belief systems become birthing systems. And because you have been believing something for so long, you continue to birth that in your life. And so they come and they bring a truth that triggers you and causing you to think about what you've been believing. That's a sign that this is the right coach for you, because they're able to help you break through some broken belief systems so that you can change your birthing system. So again, they will trigger you before they transform you. Okay. Hold on a second. I should have pasted all of these in here before we got started, but I didn't. So y'all just gonna have to bear with me today. The right coach will align you to accelerate you. What I have seen is that because so many people desire to go like to this next level, right? That they begin to expose themselves to new things, new information. There's nothing wrong with that, because in order for you to expand, to grow, to evolve in any of those things, you need new information, right? You need to be exposed to something, or the information that you have needs to be expounded upon. So, however, with that happening, you should never be taken out of alignment with your core beliefs. Okay? So with your core values, rather, your core values. The right coach is going to align you to accelerate you. Why? Because alignment activates acceleration. When you are in alignment, you can go at a rapid speed. You go at a rapid rate, because everything is in place the way that it needs to be in place. You're getting exactly what you need. Okay. Okay, Marissa, I got you. Let me know what you said. I can pick the pair. Okay, I got you. But again, the right coach will align you to accelerate you. Okay. So if they are pulling you out of alignment, then that is a sign that this coach is not who you need to have that position of authority in your life. All right. Now, the other thing is that they are a product of what they are preaching. Okay. The right coach is a product of what they are preaching. Don't tell me that health is wealth when you are slopping down 5 Whataburgers a week. Okay. To all of my Whataburger fans, I don't even eat burgers like that. So I don't know how they taste. I know y'all go hard for Whataburgers than the Beehive goes for Beyonce. But here's the thing. Don't tell someone that you are, a health and wellness coach and you never go to the gym, right? Anytime fitness becomes never time for you, like you never show up, you never go. Okay. Now I want to throw this caveat in here because there's this belief system that you can't take me anywhere that you haven't gone. I do not believe that. I don't believe that. Here's why. Because oftentimes, in order for us to be able to get people, oftentimes, in order for us to even believe that it's possible for ourselves, we make it happen for other people first. So I do understand that we want to learn and grow from people that have already been there, and that's wisdom. But what I'm saying is don't dismiss because this person hasn't necessarily reached the pinnacle of where you desire to go. Have they been able to make process? Do they have a system or some strategies that you can implement that actually work? The reason why I share this is because before I made six figures myself, I helped other people do it. The difference is that it wasn't that what I taught didn't work, is that I didn't have the confidence to believe that it would work for me. So, however, once I helped other people do it, that proven process was there. And now I had the confidence because I was able to make it happen for so many other people. And then I made it happen for myself first, right? And so I wanted to share that because if God tells you this is who you're supposed to be aligned with, then you can't say, oh, well, they haven't done X, Y, Z, because there is something that they have that you need. And what I've also understood is that sometimes it's not even the strategy. This is for somebody right now who's considering a coach that you're like, well, they haven't, I don't know if they've done X, Y, Z. Here's what you need to understand. Sometimes it's not even the strategy that you need, it's the confidence that they walk in. Confidence is currency. So sometimes the investment that you need to make is in the confidence that they carry. And they're them being confident enough to be able to produce, to get results, to be who they are. Sometimes it's the authenticity that you don't have in your own life. But they're walking in this unapologetic authenticity, which is actually what you need to even be able to get what you've been praying for. So I say again, this is why it's so important for you to not hire the hype, but you hire because you heard God. All right. So I'm going to run through this one more time, and then I'm going to get ready to close out. But I want to make sure that you guys get a very clear understanding of how you know that you are hiring the right coach. And of course, this is not an exhaustive list, but these are some things that you can refer to and consider when you are deciding to hire the next coach. Number one, you want to make sure that you don't hire the hype. You hire because you heard God. Number two, don't follow the fluff, the funds, or the followers. Definitely not your flesh. Follow the Father's direction. Don't move on impulse, move on instruction. Don't hire a coach out of fear. All right. Knowing that the right coach is not going to make you comfortable. They're going to challenge you. They're going to challenge your belief systems. They're going to challenge the way you have structured your entire business. All of those things, they're going to challenge you in a way that you haven't been challenged before, because they have something that can help change the trajectory of your life. Okay. The right coach will trigger you to transform you, because that trigger is going to tell you a truth about you that you've been able to hide behind and masquerade for so many years. The right coach will align you to accelerate you. And the right coach is a product of what they are preaching, or they practice what they preach. Okay. So which one of these points stood out to you the most? I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Marissa says, God is currently taking me through a shift accelerator in life just to remind me and others that our life shift method will work if you work it. Yes. And, I think that even those of us who have been called to this space of coaching, because I tell people I don't identify as a coach, I identify as a strategist because I'm not a hand holding type of individual. I'm not wired that way. But I can give you what you need. I can give you the tools, the tips, and the techniques so that you can get what you are trying to get. Okay. But there are some of us that are in this space, and God is trying to show us what we really have within us. And so I know this is from him. He's sending people to us that are on a higher level than us so that we can understand what's really on the inside of us. And so some of us have been marketing to the people that are behind or that haven't gotten to the place where we are. And God says, that's not who I've called you to be assigned to. I've called you to be assigned to people who are already where you are or who are on a higher level than where you are, because you have yet to see what I really put on the inside of you. And so because of the people that come to us that are already where we are or higher than where we are, we can dismiss or minimize our greatness. We will disqualify ourselves and begin to say, well, why are they coming to me? Because you've yet to see what's on the inside of you. And you keep minimizing yourself to a level that God has actually elevated you from. And so he's saying, I'm sending to you people so that you can really get a glimpse of what's already there. Okay. Yes, Dr. Sean says the triggers. Yes, the triggers are something serious. And I think that oftentimes, again, so when we see those people and they're already on this level, we'll say, no, I don't know why they're coming to me. I don't know why they're coming to me. Because there's another level of greatness that you haven't accepted yet. There's another level of impact that I've called you to make. But you keep saying that you're only great enough to help these people. But I've taken you through processes and procedures that you can actually change their lives. They're coming to you because, yes, they may be making more money than you. Yes, they may be on a greater platform than you. Yes, all of those things, but they haven't healed the way that I've healed you. Their mindset is still messed up, and yours is healed in this area. You matured in this area, right? So he's saying, stop dismissing the level of greatness that I have called you to operate in. Stop telling me you're not good enough when I predestined you for this journey. And so let's see what else I have here. I want to make sure I cover everything. Emily says the right coach triggers you and don't hire based on the hype. Absolutely. Chastity says this is confirmation. I just talked about this. Consuela says powerful. Tanisha says that's good. Jillian says this is so vital and what people need right now. Carolyn says all of the points stood out to me. I'm here for it though, Carolyn. Yeah, pay attention. Even the way that I teach my clients to identify their target audience, I always ask them who's attracted to you, right? Who's coming? Because they'll reveal to you the reality of who you are, where you are, and also where you're going and how you're growing. So I don't even teach them, go find your audience. You don't have to find anything, because when you are busy being, then they'll find you. When you're busy being and doing, they'll find you. Okay. So, any questions real quick before I wrap this up? Any questions? Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Dr. Sean. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to all of those who have shared. If you haven't shared, I do ask that you be so kind and share with others, because as I said earlier, somebody somewhere is making a life transforming decision, a life altering decision, because they are considering who they need to hire as their coach. And this broadcast is going to be the answer that they have been praying for. So I need you to share it so that they can also get the tools that they need. Absolutely, Chastity. You're welcome. Martina says, I'm having issues with hiring the right staff. Will you speak on that soon? Send me a message, Martina, and we'll see what we can do for that particular topic. So that's not my area of expertise, but I could very well bring someone on that can share some wisdom on that. I mean, I can share my experience definitely, but it's not my area of expertise. Thank you, Jillian. All right. Well, thank you all again so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in on Monday at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time for our Mobile Minded Marketing Live segment. It's a new series that I've just started. Been absolutely amazing thus far. And we had our first episode this Monday. Actually, we had our first episode, and so we will be tuning in next week. Next week we'll be talking about the mind shifts that you need to make to market like a mogul. And then also join the wait list for my new book, Market Like a Mogul, which is the Maximilian's marketing strategy. The wait list for that is now open. I'm going to put the link for that in the caption. In the comment section of this video, so that you guys can get on the wait list. The reason you need to be on the wait list is because you will get a different pre-sale pricing and other promotional opportunities that those who are not on the list will not have access to. So you want to go ahead and get on that list so that you won't miss out on those promotional offers. The pre-sale pricing, again, that is exclusive to that list, and some other great things that will be available to the list before it goes public. Once it goes public, the price will definitely increase. And the packages and opportunities that we have will not be the same. All right. So I want to make sure that you get on that list. You'll get your welcome email. There will be a couple of other emails that'll be coming to you as well. But that's all I have for y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day.